Introduction to Biotechnology. At the end of this module, you will be able to learn about tissues, animal tissues and plant tissues, tissue culture, agri-tourism, agri-business. Earlier, we have seen that about components bring about important processes in the living organisms. We also have seen the smallest structural and functional unit of the body of living organisms. Tissue. A group of cells having the same origin, same structure and same function is called tissue. Millions of cells are present in the body of multicellular organisms. Types of tissues. Simple tissues. Simple tissues made up of only one type of cells. Example, epithelial tissue of animals, meristematic tissue of plants. Complex tissues. Complex tissues made up of more than one type of cells. Example, blood of animals, xylem and phloem of plants. These cells are divided into different groups and each group performs a definite function. For example, we can perform movements due to contraction, relaxation of muscles. Plants being sedentary, most of their tissues are of the type that gives support. There are dead cells in some tissues and these do not need much attention. Growth of the plants occurs in specific parts of their body where the tissues contain dividing cells. Animal tissue. Organs like the lungs and trachea, with the help of the contraction and relaxation of some muscles, bring about the function of respiration. There are four main types of animal tissues, namely epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue. Protective coverings in the animal body are called epithelial tissues. Cells in this tissue are closely packed and form continuous layers. Any material that enters the body first encounters epithelial tissue. Cells of epithelial tissue are separated from the cells of other underlying tissues by a fibrous membrane. The skin, mucous layer of the mouth cavity, inner surface of blood vessels, walls of the alveoli, etc. are made up of epithelial tissues. Connective tissue. Tissues which join different parts of the body are called connective tissues. Cells in this type of tissue are loosely arranged with a ground substance in the free spaces in between. The ground substance may be solid, liquid like water, or jelly-like. Muscular tissue. Muscle fibers and muscular tissues are formed from special type of contractile proteins due to which this contraction and relaxation is possible. Muscular tissues are made up of the long cells of muscle fibers. Muscular movement occurs due to contraction and relaxation of the contractile proteins in these cells. Nervous tissue. Nervous tissue enables us to respond to stimuli like touch, sound, odor, color, etc. Cells of the nervous tissue are specially made to become excited and to conduct that excitation from one part of the body to another. The cell body which contains the cytoplasm and the nucleus is the main part of each nerve cell. Numerous small branched fibers called dendrites arise from the cell body. One of the fibers, however, is extremely long. It is called as the axon. The length of a nerve cell may even be up to 1 meter. Many nerve cells are bound together with the help of connective tissue to form a nerve. Nervous tissue is present in the brain, spinal cord, and the network of nerves spread all through the body. In most animals, Action in response to a stimulus occurs due to the integrated functioning of nervous tissue and muscular tissue. Meristematic tissue. As meristematic tissue is present in specific parts of a plant, growth occurs in those parts only. Cells of meristematic tissue contain thick cytoplasm, a conspicuous nucleus, and a thin cell wall and are compactly packed together. To bring about plant growth is the main function of meristematic tissue. Permanent tissue. After their growth is complete, new cells formed by division of meristematic tissue lose their ability to divide and start to perform a specific function at specific place. Thus, they permanently acquire a specific structure, shape, and location and perform a specific function. This is called as differentiation, and permanent tissues are formed from these differentiated cells. There are two types of permanent tissues: simple permanent and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues. These are made up of only one type of cells. According to function, they are in different types. Some cells in the body of living organisms are totipotent. If provided a proper environment, a new organism can grow from these cells. It was realized that with the help of this property of the cells and their genetically controlled biochemical processes, varieties of high-yielding crops and new species of animals and various vaccines could be produced. This led to the rise of a new branch in biology, biotechnology. Biotechnology. The techniques of bringing about improvements in living organisms by artificial genetic changes and by hybridization for the welfare of human beings are together called biotechnology. It includes the techniques of genetic engineering and tissue culture. Its uses are in the production of cash crops, improvement in varieties of cash crops, increase in abilities of plants to withstand environmental stresses, vaccine production, early diagnosis of congenital diseases, organ transplant, cancer research, production of artificial skin, cartilage, etc. in laboratories. Tissue culture. Ex vivo growth of cells or tissues in an aseptic and nutrient-rich medium is called tissue culture. A liquid, solid, or gel-like medium prepared from agar, which supplies nutrients and energy necessary for tissue culture, is used in this technique. The various processes in tissue culture is depicted in diagram. Genetically modified crops, GM crops, are being produced by introducing changes in DNA of natural crops. Normally, such varieties are not found in nature. Thus, new varieties are produced artificially. Different useful characters are introduced in such varieties. Ability to withstand environmental stress. Some naturally occurring varieties cannot withstand environmental stresses like frequently changing temperature, wet and dry famines, changing climate, etc. However, GM crops can grow in any of such adverse conditions. As GM crops are resistant to insect pests, pathogens, chemical weedicides, etc., the use of harmful chemicals like pesticides can be avoided. Due to use of seeds of GM crops, there is improvement in nutritive value and decrease in loss of crops. Changes in agriculture management due to biotechnology. High-yielding varieties of GM crops like banana, maize, rice, potato, soya bean, tomato, cotton, apple, brinjal, papaya, beet, rose, tobacco, wheat, etc. are available. 1. Tissue culture can be used to grow those plants on a large scale which bear flowers, fruits of excellent quality. 2. Fully grown plants can be produced in shorter duration. 3. Plants can be grown on a large scale even if means of pollination or germinating seeds are not available. For example, orchids or pitcher plant do not germinate, but these plants can easily be produced by means of tissue culture. 4. In a bioreactor, cells can be grown in a more nutritive medium and protected from pathogens. 5. Large numbers of seedlings or plantlets can be produced in a short time using minimum resources and materials. 6. Usually, plants produced by tissue culture and genetic modification techniques are disease-free. 7. Embryo formed by conventional hybridization technique between two or more varieties may not grow fully for some reasons. However, embryos produced by tissue culture technique always complete their growth. 8. Rare and endangered plants can be grown by tissue culture technique and can thus be protected from extinction. Application of biotechnology in floriculture, nurseries and forestry. Agri-tourism. If sufficient land is available, the emerging field of agri-tourism would be a good business. Plantlets of flowering, medicinal, ornamental, vegetable plants and fruit trees can be produced on a large scale by the tissue culture technique. Agro-complementary occupations. A. Animal husbandry. In India, animal husbandry is practiced for milk production and for using the cattle as help in farming operations. Example, cows and buffaloes are raised for milk and bulls and male buffaloes for pulling the heavy loads. Local Indian varieties of cows like Sahiwal, Sindhi, Gir, Lal Kandhari, Devni, Khillari, Dangi, etc. and exotic varieties like Jersey, Brown Swiss, Holstein, etc. are kept for their milk. Proper care of cattle is necessary for a clean and high yield of milk. 1. A balanced diet, that is, which included all consistent of food should be given to cattle. It must include fiber-rich coarse food, fodder and sufficient water. 2. The cattle shed should be clean and dry with proper ventilation and a roof. 3. Cattle should be regularly vaccinated. B. Poultry farming. Rearing of egg and meat-yielding chickens is called poultry farming. The objectives behind development of new hybrid varieties from a cross between Indian varieties like Asil and exotic varieties like Leghorn are as follows. To produce good quality chickens in large numbers. To develop the ability to withstand high temperature. To use byproducts of agriculture as poultry feed, etc. Rhode Island Red, New Hampshire, Plymouth Rock, Black Rock are varieties of chicken reared for eggs as well as meat. E. Sericulture. Silkworms, moths are reared for production of silk. Bombyx mori is the most commonly used variety for this purpose. The life cycle of the silk moth consists of 4 stages, namely egg, larva, pupa and adult. Thousands of eggs deposited by female moths are incubated artificially to shorten the incubation period. Larvae hatching out of eggs are released on mulberry plants. Larvae are nourished by feeding on mulberry leaves. After feeding for 3 to 4 days, larvae move to branches of mulberry plant. The silk thread is formed from the secretion of their saliva glands. Larvae spin this thread around themselves to form a cocoon. The cocoon may be spherical in shape. 10 days before the pupa turns into an adult, all the cocoons are transferred into boiling water. Due to the boiling water, the pupa dies in the cocoon and silk fibers become loose. These fibers are unwound, processed and reeled. Various kind of fabric is woven from silk threads. Summary. You have learned that a group of cells having the same origin, same structure and same function is called tissues. Plants being sedentary, most of their tissues are of the type that gives support. There are dead cells in some tissues and these do not need much attention. There are 4 main types of animal tissues, namely epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Protective coverings in the animal body are called epithelial tissues. Cells in this tissue are closely packed and form continuous layers. Tissues which join different parts of the body are called connective tissues. Cells in this type of tissue are loosely arranged with a ground substance in the free spaces in between. Nervous tissue enables us to respond to stimuli like touch, sound, odor, color, etc. As meristematic tissue is present in specific parts of a plant, growth occurs in those parts only. The techniques of bringing about improvements in living organisms by artificial genetic changes and by hybridization for the welfare of human beings are together called biotechnology.